Hi, sixth graders. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the distributive property and what this property is. This is a really important property that you will be learning about more of this year and next year. And it's an important property in algebra. So when we use a distributive property, we look at the word distribute. That's the base word here. And the word distribute means to share or to pass out equally. So the word distribute means to share or pass out equally. Okay, so if I was distributing papers, I would give them equally to people. Or if I were passing things out, I would be distributing things to pass out equally or to give equal amounts of something. So when we use the distributive property, we are distributing equally. So we're sharing with everything that's in our expression. That's how that goes. Okay, so there's two ways that you can solve with the distributive property. Today, we're going to be looking at groups of. So we're going to be looking at the idea of using multiplication and we're going to be reading it in terms of groups of. So everything that we talk about today, we're going to read it as groups of when we look at multiplication. All right, so what does this mean? So when we're looking at the distributive property, we are going to have various different expressions. So you will have things that look like this. Here's an example. Example A. I have 4 times, because we know when we have a number stuck to parentheses, it means to multiply. So 4 times 3 plus 2. Now, when it says to solve using the distributive property, it does not want you to start by adding inside the parentheses. So if it says to solve using the distributive property, do not add in the parentheses. It means to share equally. And so we're going to read this as 4 groups of 2 plus 3. 4 groups of 3 plus 2. So we have 4 groups of 3 plus 2. 4 groups of 3 plus 2. So what does this look like when you write it out? It looks like this. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, and 3 plus 2. 4 times 3 plus 2, or 3 groups of 3 plus 2. I don't know why I keep saying that. So now you add going down. 2, 4, 6, 8. Because we know that repeated multiplication is just repeated addition, right? I mean, multiplication is repeated addition. So we have 8 plus 3, 6, 9, 12. So this expression is now 12 plus 8. It's the same as this. It's equal to 4 groups of 3 plus 2. And the reason why they don't want you to multiply or add inside the parentheses first is because of example B. And let me show you why. It comes to this idea of algebra. So let's say that I have a problem that looks like this. 2 groups of x plus 4. Okay, so I have two groups of x plus 4. I cannot combine x and 4 because they are not like terms. So we learned yesterday or last week or whenever that like terms have to be the same. And x is not the same as 4. We don't know what this x represents. It's going to change. So this x is an x, and we cannot combine an x with a 4. So when we read this as two groups of x plus 4, or 2 times x plus 4, because really there's a little dot in between. That dot's not really there, it's invisible, but we know that this is multiplication. Okay, so two groups of x plus 4. So I can rewrite this as x plus 4 and x plus 4. Now I can solve this problem by combining the things that are the same. I can put all my x's together here and say I have 2 x's because 1, 2. That gives me 2 x's. And I can look over here and I can say 4 and 4 is 8. I cannot put this 8 with this 2x because they are not the same. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do another problem. So this right here means multiply. I'm multiplying 2 times x plus 4, right? Just like up above, I was multiplying. Okay, let's do one last problem and then I'm going to give you a try it. Letter C. Let's do... I'm going to run out of space. Okay. 5 groups of... That's why I was looking at my paper because I'm going to run out of space. Okay, 5 groups of 3 plus 2y. Okay, so I'm going to read this as 5 times 3 plus 2y, or I'm going to read this as 5 groups of 3 plus 2y. Now, I have to write 3 plus 2y 5 different times, and then I have to combine like terms. So I can write it like this, or I can do it with like terms. So I could say 3 plus 2y plus 3 plus 2y plus 3 plus 2y. So there's 1 set, 2 sets, 3 sets, plus 3 plus 2y 4 times. And here's another one, 5 times. So I have written this expression 5 different times. Now I have to combine the like terms. Are you ready? Let's do it. I have 2y, I have a 2y, I have a 2y, I have a 2y, and I have a 2y. So I have 2y plus 2y plus 2y plus 2y plus 2y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2y's. That's a lot of 2y's. Okay, and then I also have another like term. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now I need to combine them. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Y's. Oh my goodness. I have 10 Y's. Plus, I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 threes. Woo! That's a lot of threes. So my combined simplified expression is 10y plus 15, or 5 groups of 3 plus 2y. All of these problems have been solved pretty much the exact same way. You can choose which way you want to solve your try-its. It's up to you. Okay? All right. So I am going to turn my page now so that I can give you the try-its and so that we have space for our essential question. All right. So try-it number 1. Try-it number 1 is 3 groups of 6 plus 3x. Go ahead and solve that one. And try-it number 2. Try-it number 2 is let's do 1 group of 4x plus 3. All right, ready? Okay, hit pause so that you don't hear me solving this problem. I want you to try it first. Okay, the first one, I have 3 groups of 6 plus 3x. So this looks like 6 plus 3x, 6 plus 3x, and 6 plus 3x. Or I have 9x and I have 18. Remember, you should write it the other way, 9x plus 18, just because the variable should come first. However, they didn't write it that way in this problem, so it's okay to leave it as 18 plus 9x. But commutative property says we can move them around. So either answer is okay. Actually, either answer is not okay in this method. It is not okay to write it that way. The reason is because when we get to groups of, you cannot move them. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm sorry that probably just confused you. Ignore this. 18 plus 9x. Okay, and then the last one. I have 1 group of 4x plus 3. So 1 group of 4x plus 3. So I have 4x plus 3. That's it. 1 group. That's it. Okay. Now, I want you to answer your essential question. Your essential question was, how do I use the distributive property to solve expressions? How do I use the distributive property to solve expressions? Well, in this method, what did we do? What does distribute mean? What does distributive mean? How did we solve? Okay. And go ahead and put your box out to the side. Tell me, where are you at? 1, I'm really confused. Why can't I put a 6 with a 3x? I have no idea what's going on, Miss Englander. 2, I'm doing okay. I kind of get it. I just need some more practice, so I'm going to do my practice work and see what happens there. 3, I totally get this. I understand that it's just multiplying the numbers in the parentheses that many times, and then I add them up, and I'm good to go. So put your rating in the box, and then head on over to get your practice work for today. If you need help, stop stop by the Google Meet and ask for help. Okay, as always, thanks for all of your hard work, and make it a great day the Cougar way!